Welcome back to Farming Sim 25 with the Rude Man. We're back in Australia. And I can't remember what I was doing when I left off, but I'm sure there's lots of farm work to do. So, let's check it out. Oh, let me get comfortable here. Took me a minute to get ready. All righty. Let's see. Where's the game? It is not on my screen. It's here somewhere. There we are. All right. So I got some property to talk about and figure out what I'm going to do. Hey, Scorp. Happy New Year. It is, too. It's the first of the year. We got paid today. The way things are in the old world, that's the first thing I check in the morning. Did we get paid? Did we get paid? Did we get paid? Can't survive if you can't eat. All right. Well, let's check these fields out and see what we have to do. I know I was doing planting and seeding and plowing and all kinds of doodle-doo. But what did I get done? Okay, this one needs liming and plowing. I thought I had done some of that. But I guess not. Maybe at least not on this field. I think I did on this one. It says it's fertilized. And it doesn't say it needs liming or plowing. So I'm assuming that's okay. This one's been seeded. Sugar beets. This one's been seeded. Potatoes. I think this one's ready to go. Oh, wait, maybe not. What the hell was I doing? I think I limed it, and I just need to plow it now. So let's get a plow going here. Oh, God. I need to take this stuff down. It's over now. We're in the new year. But I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it later. I didn't even think about doing that. And this is the field right here. Okay, I was getting ready to do this. All right. Well, let's do, tell you what, let's look at what we need to do. Put the headland on. Yeah, let's start off with the headland. Okay. And see if this thing will work out for us. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Thursday. Oh, you said Thursday. No tacos today. I had tuna fish sandwich. One, I didn't have time for taco time. And two, I wasn't hungry. Carol got up and made some oatmeal this morning. I made the mistake of eating it. Well, that messes my whole day up because now I can't eat lunch. Because I only eat 2 meals a day. I eat lunch and dinner and very little dinner. So if I eat out of time, like I eat at noon, I eat it at between 5 and 6. I have my meals set. If I get out of that, then it messes my whole day up. So it was about 8 or 9 o'clock where she made some oatmeal, and I happened to eat some. Well, there went lunch. So I had like a half a tuna sandwich for lunch, and that was it. So, and lunch is normally my big meal. Was working all morning on stealing potatoes on fields. Is that right? Can't you just lease the field? This one's ready to seed. Let's seed it. Now, how does that work?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Andy. Happy New Year. French onion dip and wavy chips. Are you off today, Scorpion? Are you working? You're a working. Do you get any time off for New Year's Day or New Year's? Cheers, Andy. Or just Christmas. Okay, this one needs plowing. Okay, this one needs liming and plowing. So that's fertilizer. That's lime. Andy, how's it going? I bought the field and told the owner what I wanted to harvest. I'm off today, go back to the office tomorrow. So you did get today off. Well, New Year's is kind of a funny thing. A lot of places close because it's a national holiday, but some places don't. For example, Costco closes down on New Year's Day, but Fred Meyer's and Walmart, it's just another day to them. All right, now why can't this thing doesn't want to work here? There he goes. Frank will do it. He's our man. Okay, let's grab one of these guys. Oh, I'm on the wrong friggin' field, aren't I? Yeah. No, you're on the wrong field, buddy. I gotta fire him. Stop. Well, he wants to do it, I guess. Never mind. Go ahead. But I fired Frank. Now Steve's doing it. Farmer Steve's on the job. Markets are closed, so are we. There you go. Damn markets. So it's chip time for Scorpion. All right. I'll show you what I did. I don't think I did this till after the live stream on Tuesday, but I went ahead and I had some money. If you remember, I got over $1 million, almost $1.5 million from that dried corn, and so I had 3-some million buckaroonies, and I used it to buy these 2 fields. I bought this field here, and the one beyond it. So we're going to start working that. And I have to decide how much of the trees do I want to get rid of. I don't mind leaving some trees along the riverbank, but I don't know if it needs to be that wide a strip. So I might take some of the trees out before I start plowing. Know what I mean? And of course the ones in the middle got to go. All of these got to go. But I'm thinking about, along this road, I'm thinking about taking all these trees out here. And of course that right there. But I'm thinking about not leaving, maybe taking, if you notice, the trees are kind of in a row. There's a row right next to the stream, and a kind of a row in the middle here, and then a row more towards where the field's going to be. That kind of shortens it up here, though. So I'm thinking about taking this, about a third of this area between the empty field and the river, taking about a third of it and making it, leaving it the 2/3 at the river, just for a barrier. I don't know. We'll find out when I start working it. So there, I've got a lot of work to do there. So in the meantime, let's get some crops going here. This one needs liming and plowing, and that's what I thought I was doing, but I was on the wrong field. Okay. Did you guys have a good New Year's? Good and well, you're here talking to me, so you must have stayed safe. My God, the fireworks going on last night. Oh, it was like the 4th of July out here. I mean, I'm talking, I thought I was listening to the Coast Guard shooting cannons off. Or, well, we have a National Guard, there's a National Guard post just outside of the little town I live in. The little town I live in, it's called Warrenton, and it's very large in land. If you're looking at a little city and how much is actually the city, and then what's out of town, and it's different here because Warrenton, the the land, even though it's not habitated, still belongs to the city. So the city is pretty big, but the actual building and city is actually kind of small. But this little bitty town that I live in, it only has about 6,000 people, but it's got Taco Bell. It's got Wendy's. It's got three or four banks. There's a Costco, a Fred Meyer's, a Walmart, all of that. What they got three. They got three car dealerships. They're all right here in this little town, and for the area now, for the whole coast area, all the businesses are here in the little town I live in. But the actual town is just one street because it's very small. It just owns a lot of property, and so all those other businesses are out on the freeway. It's kind of different. All right, let's grab this little feller here. That'll be this guy. And get him in the field I thought he was in the first place. Look out, train. Get out of my way. You're crazy. I don't know if it's alignment until it's plowed. Let's see if it'll get some lime on it. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, I want to make sure that it's set up to do... And it is. Okay, it was. It is, it was, it should be. There you go. We're going to lime this field. Fireworks were nuts around me, and they are illegal to shoot off, especially with it being so dry. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's not the half of it. We had fireworks going off as soon as the lights went out. I mean, the sun went down, which at this time of year, we're almost to the shortest day of the year. Or no, wait, we already went by the shortest day of the year, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Anyway, at 4 o'clock, it's dark here. So at 4 o'clock, boom, boom, boom. It's like, geez. I kept ducking, thinking somebody was shooting at the house. Oh, it just got fumigated. Okay, so this... Let's get this plow going. Must be this one. Okay. There's Lori. Happy New Year, Lori. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Same thing. I'm going to do, let's reset that, set that there, okay it, and let her rip. Twinkie time. I didn't even think about that either. I gotta get the holiday stuff put away, I guess. Okay. Let's see what else we got going. I need to get some. I got stuff needs to be picked up. I know there's grass to be picked up, but I can't remember if I left any straw on fields. I think I did. I think there's straw on the round fields, but I can't remember. No, it was corn. They were cornfields. Oh no. Come on, you monster. Alright. We're gonna hit this thing at ramming speed. How fast can we reach ramming speed? Well, that didn't work very good. But I'm over. That didn't work good at all. I gotta get off the tracks before train comes, though. Hey, there's Frank. Guess what? I'm not working today. Frank got the day off. Isn't that amazing? Good deal, Frank. Put that down and start it up. And let's go to town. Yeah, I have to check, see if I got paid today, because I added up what we've spent in the last month and a half getting ready, and it's over $10,000 that I've spent in the last couple of months. Now, that wasn't all Christmas. Some of it was. Both Carol and I had a dentist appointment. We go in twice a year, and regardless of what we do, it costs us, $1,000 to go see a dentist twice a year. If we have to have any work done, okay, that's a bonus for the dentist. That costs us every time we go see him. It's $500, $300 to $500 a piece for us to have our teeth cleaned and checked, that kind of stuff. So we had that in December, just a couple days before Christmas. So there was, $1,000, and then I had the our cooking range went out. I've told you that story. All told, that's going to cost us about $8,000 because we had to buy the stove, which was quite a lot, and then we had to have it vented out of the house, which we thought the reason why we went with a Gen Air is because it already had the venting set up for a Gen Air, because that's what we had in the house was a Gen Air. If you don't know what a Gen Air is, look it up. It's one of the most expensive damn cooking ranges anywhere. A medium range one is $4,000 to $5,000. The top of the line is $7,000 to $8,000. just for the range. That doesn't include installing the damn thing. Now, we already had one installed, so we thought, okay, the ventings all should be in there. And they said no, because they used to vent them in the center of the stove. And what that means is they have to drill a hole in the floor under the stove, and then it's got a venting system. It's got it collects the moisture, the steam, the smoke, whatever you're doing. It collects that, but it also collects the grease and puts it in a container. So then you have to empty the grease out. It's a whole system that does that. And so we thought, what you need to do then, they told us, is to cut a new hole over here in the corner, because that's where they're vented now on the new machines. And then we'll cover up the old hole, but you'll have to have somebody come on and hook up the what do they call that? When you put a furnace in and you got to put the lines underneath where the air goes through. I can't explain it. Anyway, supposedly the fan's supposed to vent out of the house. So you drill a hole under, get down under there, you put piping all the way to the outside of the house like a dryer would do. Okay? So we thought that had all been done. They said, don't worry about it. It's only going to cost maybe at most $100 to do that, but it's got to be done. And then you have to have electrical done, because the new machines use 4 wires instead of 3 electric wires. So we have to hire an electrician for that. Turns out, when we took the stove out, whoever installed it in the first place drilled a hole in the floor, and that was it. The vent just went under the house. And all those food smells and all that hot air and all that stuff from the oven is being vented under the house, which causes moisture and does, damage and stuff a doodle-doo like that. Fortunately, when we bought the house 30-some years ago, we found out that it didn't have a moisture barrier at all, which is, again, one of the first things you do before you build a house is, you set it up, and then put a moisture barrier underneath. Like you do with the insulation on the walls, you put a moisture barrier up because you don't want mold and shit growing in the walls. So that wasn't done. When we bought the house, we found out they had rat problems. So we hired a company, and this was, like I said, 30-some years ago. We hired a company to come in and take care of the pests. Well, as soon as they got under the house, they said, did you know you don't have a moisture barrier down here? We said, what? So we hired them to put a moisture barrier in. So there is that, at least. So, long story longer, we only expected to spend $100 or so to get that venting done. No, it took a plumber 7 hours crawling underneath the house to put a full venting system to the outside of the house in. That cost us almost $2,000 to do that. 7 hours, and a guy gets a couple $100 an hour. You figure it out. So that costs us more money. So when it's all said and done, like I said, when I sit down with Carol this morning waiting for payday, because it's first of the month, and I sat down with Carol and I said, don't freak out, but in the last month and a half, we have spent $10,000. And some of that did include Christmas, but that was with the stove and the dentist and a couple other things that were going on. And we still haven't paid the electrician. He's going to be probably another $1,000. But he's not going to be here till Friday, this coming Friday. It's just been a mess. So Um, Here's the good news. I've got kids and other people living in my house now because of the economy, way the economy's been. Uh, one of my son had to move back in after college, and but he's working and he pays rent. Not a lot. I for his room, and now the bedrooms in my house are huge. They're big bedrooms, so it's not like a little room that only holds a dresser and a bed. He's got a king size bed in there that he bought that goes like an office chair that goes up in the back, and your feet come up and it massages you and heats up and all kind of stuff. He put a big fancy bed in there, but he pays me $500 a rent. It covers part of the power bill and the internet. That's about it. And then my son-in-law lives up in the apartment and pays me $500 a month. So we're getting $1,000 a month that we wouldn't be getting if we didn't have somebody else living to us. Now, does it work out? No, because my power bill's outrageous. The food bill, the hot water takes, electricity bill is expensive. All of that kind of stuff. So it doesn't work out, but at least $1,000 kind of helps. And I'm getting back to the good news. The good news is I've been taking that money when they pay me rent and putting it in the bank. So we had about $11,000 or $12,000 in the last 2 years that they've been paying this rent in a savings account. So when it came time to buy this oven, the stove and stuff, I had the money. We had the money. We didn't have to borrow any money. We didn't have to take out a mortgage. We had the money. So I'm only saying that because it sounds like, oh my God, you guys are going to be out on the street. No, we'll be fine. We didn't really want to spend the money like that, but it just happened. Things happen. And we had a heart-to-heart just this morning, I did, with Carol, because she was freaking out about, I can't believe it added up to that much. And I said, yeah, let me show you, and I showed her, and she said, yeah, I guess it did. Boy, it happened fast, didn't it? And I said, yeah, it did. But I said, look, we've only got a few years left. We've got our retirement in the bank. What we don't spend, the kids are going to get. So, que sera, sera, life goes on. Or it doesn't. In our case, we're going to end up, in a few years, not that long. Who knows? We feel it more every day. So a story that sounds like woe is me, it isn't. It isn't woe on me. We're going to enjoy the new oven and the stove. I told Carol, I said, we're just going to have to bake more. You're going to have to. Now, a Gen Air, if you don't know what a Gen Air is, the one we had had 4 burners on it. The burners just come right out. You just grab them and pull them out, and you put it in a barbecue and a rotisserie and all that kind of stuff. It's all interchangeable. You can you take the two of the burners off one side, set them aside. They all just plug in. You pull the 2 burners out on this side, and then you've got Lori, help me out. What's that thing that's flat and you make pancakes on it, or it's a flat surface. What do they call those? A griddle? Anyway, it replaces 2 burners or 4 depending with this griddle thing. So if you want to make pancakes, you take them out, put that thing in. You got pancakes and bacon cooking right next to each other. On the other side, if you want, either side, you take the burners out and you put in a thing that looks like it's got coals in it, and it's got a grill on it, like an outside barbecue, and you've got a barbecue. And the whole system sucks all the air and grease from the cooking into itself and processes it through a filter system, and then all the grease is collected in a jar. So once every other week or so, you see if there's any grease in there, take it out and get rid of the grease. You just put it back in there and put a new filter on if you need a charcoal filter on it. But so they're really nice, but they're really expensive. Hey, Matt. Matt's in the house. I missed Matt. The Tale of the $1 Million Range. Yeah. Well, it'll be lights. The only thing Carol doesn't like about it is Jen Airs have established. I don't know. Would you say a policy? I don't know. Their stoves now are all glass top. You can't get one that isn't glass top. I'm talking electric now. We don't have gas to our house. We have gas out on the street, but we don't have it in the house. We don't use gas. We use electricity. So all of them are flat top, glass tops, and Carol's scared to death of those. Well, God, what if it breaks? What, can you fix it? Nope. You got to replace the whole top if it breaks. The guy said, the good news is you kind of get what you're paying for. And he said, very rarely have we had anybody break one of these. They're not made like some of the cheaper models that have glass tops that you drop a coffee mug on them and they crack. These things don't. They're pretty. They're like bulletproof. So he said there's one consolation: you're paying $5,000 or $6,000 for an oven. It's built well, and we guarantee it. So I'm not real worried. I've often heard, and anybody that knows, if any of you have a glass top stove, the one thing that I hear, the very one thing, what do you think of a glass top stove? Oh, I have a glass top. Well, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? The one thing that I've heard is they're kind of hard to keep clean. Now, you'll have to ask somebody what that means. I don't know. I've never had one. But that's the one thing that I've heard. And so, I don't know. I don't know what that means really until we get one. Why is it hard to keep clean? I don't know. I'll find out, I guess. That's why I'm asking if any of you have a glass top stove. You can tell me. Okay. Oh crap! Did I mow the last field? I better go check. This one's harvested. Of course I didn't. Jeez. That's what I get. I start talking. I talk too much. Matt says he's doing good. Glad to hear it, Matt. Yeah, I don't have anything for New Year's on the redemption. Is it getting dark on me? Oh, I forgot I messed around with the time, didn't I? In the last live stream, I messed around with the time. Now it's going to get dark on me now. All right, who's working? John's working. Who else is working? Oh, nobody. They got done. Elsa's working over here. We haven't heard from Elsa in a while. It's summertime in Australia. They're probably just having a summertime. What's this one? Lime? All right, I got to figure out what I got to do now. Lime. Does this one need... It just needs plowing now. Okay. This one needs plowing, but it is being plowed, and it's already limed and fertilized. I think we're done with the liming and the fertilizing, I think. So that one just needs plowing. Let's get this other plow wherever it's at. Where is it? Here it is. Let's get this fella down. And where's the big plows? Is that these guys? It'd be the green one. Flat top. Lori says a flat top griddle. A griddle. Flat top griddle. Okay. Flat top griddle. Is that what it is, Lori? I figured that's what it was, because I know a lot of times stuff spills over. And in a normal stove, they've got, it's like a bowl. It's when you look at your normal stove, it's got a bowl underneath it, and then it's got the burners on it. And if something boils over, it kind of runs down into that bowl. And then if you take the coils out, you pull the coils out, then there's a bowl. You could take that metal bowl out and buy a new one and put it in. Then most people, I know we do, most people, we would put a new bowl in the stove. It's a bowl, but it's got a cutout for the electricity to hook in, because the coil, the burner usually has a thing on the end that plugs in just like an electric outlet, and so the bowl underneath it has to have a cutout for that to fit in. So you pull that out, you put a new cover on, but before you put the cover in there, or the bowl in, we would line it with aluminum foil, and then put it down. Then you put a new burner on, or the old burner, it doesn't matter. But usually, if something spills over, it goes down in that bowl, and you don't really see it, and you don't clean it out every day. If you do, then you're freaking crazy. Okay, you've got an OCD problem. But with this, you don't do that. It's a flat top and it's glass, and if you spill something over, it needs to be wiped up. That must be what they're talking about. It must be, because it's a little extra work. It isn't something you do every day. Again, if you spill something over on a regular stove, it goes down in that bowl, and you're not going to take the burner out every day and clean it up. If you are, like I said, you're nuts. Maybe you are nuts, just not about cooking. Is this plowed? This is plowed, isn't it? I can't tell. It's dark. I'm stuck. Let me out. I can't tell. Let's sleep the night away. I can run back to the hacienda, or I can just sleep out here in the field. What should I do? Sleep in the field? Can watch this guy dance all night. Let's say it's Control-Alt-Z, I think. Yeah, Control-Alt-Z. Sleep till 8 o'clock in the morning. Your 4-element has a smoked glass top. There you go. Then you'll know about cleaning the thing. I can imagine if you're boiling something that has substance to it, it's not just water. You might get a stain there that needs to be scrubbed up. All right, I think this thing's ready just to be. I don't know. Is that stubble? I think that's stubble. That might need plowed. Dang it. I wish I'd have... Oh, here, the corner's not been limed. Let's go check and see if it's been plowed. It looks like it's been plowed. Yeah, it looks like it's been plowed. We'll just bypass that and go plow this field over here. You're gonna get plowed. Did anybody have an adult beverage last night for New Year's? I actually stayed up. I watched a lot of live streams last night, and most everybody does. It's almost a consensus here in the United States. The United States is so big, we have time zones. And so the West Coast is 3 hours difference between the East Coast. So if the East Coast says it's midnight, then we're 3 hours before that. So we'd be 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, everybody was saying, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, and the ball's dropping and crapping in New York and stuff. It's an unwritten thing that in America, New Year's happens, when the ball drops in New York. Because when the ball drops in New York is part of America, and so America now has entered the new year. Once the ball drops, at midnight in New York, you can't put the ball back up. So at 9 o'clock was when we celebrated New Year's, because that's when the ball drops. And then, of course, you wait till midnight your time, and then you guzzle a bottle of wine or something and pass out. Not us, but people that guzzle bottles of wine and need an excuse to do it. It's pretty quiet. Carol had went to bed normal time. Carol goes to bed about 9 o'clock and reads till about 10, and then she's out. I usually stay up till 11 to midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock. Christmas Eve, I was up till 1 o'clock. It's quiet. I get into a game and just don't want to stop. I can get one more level. Let me get one more level. Clean as you go. I had a whiskey, a Coke, stayed up till 1:30. Andy said he was paraclectic. Does that mean you drank a little bit? Is that what that means? Matt says he doesn't have alcohol and beer. Yeah, I don't, never have. I don't like the taste of beer, and I don't care for what alcohol does to me. Well, I have a gag reaction if I try to drink strong alcohol. It's like drinking kerosene. I might as well go out the car and grab a gallon of gas out of it and drink it down. It's just nasty. Why would you drink something like that? So no, I didn't do anything. Wine just makes me sick. Scorp had a whiskey and a Coke and stayed up till 1:30. I think I read that already. Andy needs to replenish his beer supply. Andy, are you brewing something at all times? I mean, any time of the night and day, do you have something brewing, or do you just go in seasons or something? I mean, it's kind of like me when I drink a Mountain Dew, and people think I just sit here and drink Mountain Dew left and right all day long. It's not like that. I'll have a Mountain Dew maybe twice a week with the live stream. And other than that, I drink water and tea. But Because what you see me doing and what you hear me doing, well, think about it. How often do I talk about beer and whiskey, and you'd think I was an alcoholic? I don't touch this stuff, but I talk about it. And so anybody that didn't know would think, So we listened to Andy, and according to what we hear, Andy's got a keg brewing at any time, at all times. Well, we don't know that. It could be that he said, oh, well, December's when I do my brewing. We don't know. I don't know. I think if Andy drank as much as we think he does, he'd be knocked out all the time. All right, I got to get that other cedar going here. Oh, I don't have either cedar going because I don't know what to seed. Did we ever decide? I want to do something with windrow, I think. Maybe I'll just do all the grains. I'll do wheat, barley, and oats and spread it out a little bit. I don't need a lot of oats. Let's do oats here, I guess. Open this up. Open that up. We're going to do some headlands here. Hire somebody. Miss Nelson. Yes, always a brew on the go. So at any time, given time, you've got beer brewing. Where do you do this brewing, Andy? Do you have a garage or a basement, a converted bedroom? Do you use your bathtub, like they used to make gin in bathtub? You ever make gin? Who's Kenny? Matt wants to have Kenny do something. If we have Kenny doing something, we better have Cartman doing something. Cartman needs the exercise. Yeah, Scorpion's got the right of it. We also believe he has to sneak past his wife to reload the keg. Yeah, on tippy toes at 2:00 in the morning. All right. Okay, let's get the other cedar. Well, where in the hell? There it is. Oh, it's got potatoes in it. We don't want to do potatoes. Kenny wouldn't Kenny's dead. They killed Kenny. You bastards. So Kenny's dead. He can't work. Cartman, he needs the exercise, but he's lazy. Ma, plow the field, ma. Kenny wouldn't do it. Or I mean, Cartman wouldn't do it. Kitty. Ma, kitty shit on the couch. That's my Cartman impression. Not very good. All right, let's see. I want to do headlands again, and I'm probably going the wrong direction, but we'll see. Let's see if Frank can figure this out. What you gonna do, Frank? Frank doesn't have to work today, so it'd probably take him an hour or so to think about this. Hey, I'm on my day off. I don't work on my day off. I'm harvesting enough potatoes for the both of us. Are you on that big field? Got the Ozempic. Ozempic never did anything for me. I was on Ozempic for a couple of years and didn't lose 1 ounce, and it was at least 3 years that I think about. Um, and over the years, Ozempic wasn't the first thing they came out with. They had other stuff, and I can't remember the names of them. But my doctor has had me on all of them, and none of them worked. None of them I lost weight on. Not 1 ounce until the one I'm on now is called Manjaro. The Manjaro, I've lost 40 some pounds on Manjaro. It doesn't make you lose weight. What it does is it takes your appetite away. You're not hungry. I'm never hungry. So even if it's something I really, really enjoy and want to eat, I can't eat very much because I'm just not hungry. It's weird. There's a huge steak there. And any other time, I'd start that steak and I wouldn't be done till it was gone and enjoy every second of it. While I'm on this medicine, I'm not hungry at all. So I don't, even as you're cooking a steak, it doesn't sound good because I'm not hungry. And then when I start to eat it, it may taste very good. I may be enjoying it, but I get half of it done and I can't eat anymore. And I push it away and I say, sorry, I can't eat this. I don't want it. I'm not hungry at all. And what started out to be a pleasant, meal is getting unpleasant because now I want to just push it away. I can't eat anymore. So, and that's how you lose weight is because you're not eating. I only eat, I cut down to two meals a day. Lunch is my big meal. And so if I do Taco Bell, I'll get just 3 little tacos. Well, I can only eat 2 of them. And that's it. That's my big meal. And then for dinner, I just eat whatever's around because nothing sounds good because I'm not hungry, but I know I have to eat. I can't not eat. I'll die. So I just eat whatever's available, and I'm not eating for pleasure anymore. I'm just eating because it's dinner time and I have to eat something. And Carol gets frustrated because she keeps, "What do you want?" And I said, I don't know because I don't want anything because I'm not hungry. Well, do you want this? And I said, I guess it's as good as anything else. And of course, the other thing is not that. The other thing is, after COVID, good old COVID, nothing tastes the same. The foods that I used to enjoy just don't taste right anymore. There's just something about it. Something about it. I'll ask Carol, how'd that stuff taste to you? Because I used to eat this by the canful, but now it doesn't taste right. It just, maybe they changed the recipe or something. And then Jeff will say, "Nah, it tastes like it always did." I said, "Oh, really?" Oh. I'm talking about like cans of Nally's chili, cans of Dinty Moore stew, things that I used to eat when I was hungry, didn't want to cook a big meal. I'd have a can of Chef Boyardee raviolis and a little corn, frozen corn or something. Maybe a little macaroni and cheese and a hamburger patty. All of that stuff I used to eat all the time when was off when we weren't going to cook a big meal. Nobody wanted to cook. Okay, we'll open up a can of raviolis. I'll just eat that. I don't care. Now I open up a can of raviolis and it tastes like somebody already ate it and crapped it out. And I don't know. I can only blame it on COVID. I don't know any other reason why food doesn't taste right. Now, some of the food, especially canned food, like take Campbell's soup. At some point, they used to make Campbell's soup and they put salt in it or seasonings of some kind. And then for some reason, they now have this low sodium soup. It tastes like unwashed socks, you know, and it doesn't taste the same afterwards if you put the salt in. It does make a difference, but generally food tastes better if you season it while you're cooking it. At least that's my opinion. I don't know. I'm no connoisseur, especially now that everything tastes like dog do. Your wife calls it a kitchen. Brew in the brewery. You have a brewery. What does that mean, though? What did the brewery used to be? Or what would the brewery be if you weren't a brewmeister? And so then you'd say, oh, that's where we used to keep the lawnmower or mops and brooms in there, but now it's a brewery. Okay. Do you have to take that off in your taxes? Because you would here in the States. If you have a home office in the United States, you have to verify and you have to have receipts and stuff of how much time that room is used as an office. For example, if you put your office in your bedroom because all you need to do business is a computer and a monitor and a printer or something, and you say this is a home office, well, wait a minute, that's a bedroom. Well, yeah, but it's my office. It's where I have my computer and I do my business. Okay, the tax guy wants to know how much of that room is actually your office and how much is a bed and a dresser and a bathroom and how much do you sleep in it. So you're only using, a 10 by 10 area for your office or a 5 by 5 if you have a laptop. And you're not sitting there 24 hours a day. You're only sitting there maybe 8 hours a day if you're actually doing a business. So you have to keep records of all that stuff, and you have to be able to prove it in a court of law, basically. It's a pain in the ass to do. So what I used to suggest to people, if you have a room that you're going to call an office, then don't have anything in it except for the office phone, a mail chute, a computer, monitor, not a TV you can watch, that kind of stuff. And see if you can take the whole room off. A kitchen. I think he got the Ozempic. All right. Let's move around, see what we got going. This is going to take a while. No, not this one. And not this one. That big plow is going to take a while. Oh, he's done. All right, we got all of our fields done over here. Let's go put this guy away. Is it already, Matt? By golly, it is. You know what we're going to do today? I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to get a hold of Godzilla and have him ship me over a Dr. Pepper. Haven't had one for a while. We're going to be, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, we're all peppers today. I gotta be careful because Carol's been drinking them. I do have one, and it's cold. It's cold. Okay. There we go. We got Dr. Pepper. Where's the camera? There we are. This camera's kind of weird because the program I use is supposed to focus on me and blank everything else out. And that's why if I get that's part of me, but if I get anything foreign, it kind of disappears in certain spots. Well, and now of course it's not going to do it, but like you'll see my chair kind of disappear because it's behind me. I'm not up against it. So it doesn't think it's part of me. And the camera will follow me around if I tell it to. So if I move, the camera will move. But I have that turned off. The other thing that it will do is it will follow my eyes. And that's freaky. I think I showed you guys that one once, didn't I? It follows your eyes. And so what it does is if I'm looking straight ahead, if you're watching right now, you see that I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking straight ahead. Okay, what this program does is if I'm looking this way, it takes my eyes and redraws them to look at the camera. And it's freaky. It looks weird because if I'm looking at the camera and then I just look away, if I look away, it redraws my eyes back to the camera, even though if I'm physically looking away. It's AI. It draws my eyes to look at the camera. It's freaky. I don't like to look at it. It just freaks me out. Say, what the hell did you do to my eyes? Oh, that's really good. That's refreshing. Dr. Pepper's kind of a strange thing with me. If I haven't had one for a while, it's like manna from heaven. But I can't drink it every day. I get tired of the taste of it. And somebody asked me, what does Dr. Pepper taste like if they've never had one? And I just say, kind of like prune juice. Carbonated prune juice. It doesn't really, but I can't think of anything else to describe it. It's not necessarily a Coca-Cola. But it's not citrusy like 7-Up or Mountain Dew. It does have caffeine in it, so I can do the cat dance. No, I like Godzilla. Godzilla. Look, this guy could be Godzilla. All right, back to work. Soup du jour, Dr. Pepper. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, we'll all be a pepper. And I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. I won't give my Dr. Pepper away. Carol got me some crazy stuff at the dollar store that she thought was pretty funny. She got me a new water thing. It's a snow globe. The snow on the top. It's a silliness. And it had water in it, and it just splashed all over my leg here. Now I look like I pissed my pants. I'll blame it on the cat. The cat jumped on me and pissed all over. Damn cat. Cats do that, you know. Mine wouldn't, because it'd be a dead cat. If my cat did anything like that to me, it'd be dead. You know how I used to tell you guys that we used to have animals on the farm and stuff where they weren't pets? Cats never came in the house. We never let cat in the house. Cat lived out in the barn. And, people say, oh, it's just awful. Well, it's not a pet. It's got a job. Cat's got a job. We didn't even name them. We'd say the dark one, or the white one, or the yellow one, the yellow kitty, yellow kitty. But they have a job, and they're not stupid. It's nature for them. I'll give you an example. About 2 weeks ago, somebody left the garage door open from the house. From my house, from the dining room, there's a door that opens up, and you take 2 steps down, and you're in the garage, and take a left, and there's the washer and dryer and a hot water tank, and then beyond that is a stairway up to the apartment, and of course the garage where you put your car, and a couple of cabinets for canned goods and things, storage, toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that. The normal stuff you'd find in a garage. Cat got out into the garage, and the saying about cats, their curiosity killed the cat. Cats are curious. I didn't know the cat got out. The next morning, I got out in the garage, and the cat just zip, right between my legs in the house, because we feed her in the house, so she didn't, and right there at the doorway to the garage, downstairs, down those 2 stairs, there's 2 dead mice. So the cat had worked through the night. They know what they're good for. They know what they're supposed to do. I didn't even know we had mice in there. And so, but once a week or so, I'll just accidentally leave the garage door open and let her out. And I don't want to let her out of the house because we have raccoons and coyotes, and there's animals out there that kill a cat in an instant. So I don't let the cat outside. So if she can get out in the garage and do some adventuring, she likes to do that. And as long as I know she's out there, especially this time of year, it's cold out there. But yeah, cats know what to do. They know how to do their job. Even domesticated cats, it's built in. Uh-oh. What happened down here? Oh, it just didn't get fertilized. Did this get? Oh, it did. Oats. What's this one doing? Is he done being plowed? That sounds awful. Is he done being plowed? Don't ask. You won't like the answer. Two identical? You can't tell them apart? Are they both male, both female? Are they one of each? Because if they're one of each, all you got to do is flip them over and you can tell which one's which. There's an old joke they used to tell us on the farm. How do you tell whether how do you tell whether a sheep is male or female? Well, you lift the tail, you take 2 fingers like this, and you push in. If one of them turns back, you know it's a male. Lori's gonna freak out over that one. Cover your ears, Andy. And they're both male, so you only need 1 finger. Andy's gonna get so mad at me. Andy, now you know why Alan hated me. Alan was always mad at me. Stop saying ought. It's 7:00. All right, I don't know what to do with this plow now. I guess I'm done. I need to check on stuff. I noticed that that I've got a lot of stuff to sell. I've got. Where's my flatbed truck? Did I ever buy one of those? Yeah, I did. There it is. Man, look at all the stuff I got to sell. Why does the orchard have a poop? That must be poop to put in. They must be using poop for fertilizer or something. All right, I'm gonna take this guy because we got stuff to sell. We got wool to sell. Look at all that honey. Come on, honey. Now see, look, see that house right there? That looks like the same model that they used to make the post office. That post office mod is shaped like that building right there. Aldo Foods. I'd never heard of an Aldo groceries, except for overseas. Do we have anything like that in America? Something called Aldo's? If we do, I've never heard of it. But I hear about it being on overseas. Scotland. I think there's a gal that I watch that has a little cattle ranch, and she works as a manager at Aldo's in Scotland. No, Ireland. She's in Ireland. Sorry. The only thing I know that about Irish and Scottish, the only thing that I know about Irish people and Scottish people is that neither one of them are Welsh. That's my extent of my knowledge. Weeks that have two Fridays. You know what would be worse than 2 Fridays? 2 Mondays. Mondays were always bad because you had a weekend off and you're enjoying it, and now you gotta go back to work and everything sucks. Mondays were bad. I can't imagine 2 Mondays. Anybody know where I'm going? Oh, the sheep. I'm going to the sheep pen. We have Aldi's. Is that what it is? Aldi's? It's probably the same company. It's international. They have international groceries. Yeah, see, there's a difference. If you walk into an American grocery store, even doesn't matter whether it's called Aldi's or Fred Meyer's or Safeway, you're going to get lost if you're looking for chips, crisps, or biscuits, because none of that stuff's going to be where you think it's supposed to be if you're from England. Dolly Drambastic? Oh, Bustic. Hello from Appleton, Tonk, Indiana. Sweet. How are you today? How's the weather? You guys got snow there? All right, where did I see the wool? I thought it was right here, but now I don't see it. It must be on the other side. Are those sheep or goats? Those are sheep. All right, I didn't have as much as I thought. Oh man, look at the eggs though. Oh, it picked up the eggs at the same time. It put them on top of the wool. What's that all about? I think I've got some eggs in storage. I should look. Let me go take a look, because I don't know whether to sell these or not. Where's my storage? It'd be over where the production's at. Let's fly off this way. We're going to fly off to Handle. My nephew Raymond loves all things farming. He wants to be a farmer when he grows up. He loves farming and sims and streamers like you. He's such a good kid. Sadly, Raymond died in November. Oh, that's sad. I had a foster brother named Raymond that passed early. He was barely in his late 30s. He had cancer. He was a truck driver. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It's like I've always said about farming. You know, farmers, people will say, well, farming's hard work. They're not lying. But if you're not a farmer, what most people don't realize about farming, it's not a job. Is there a lot of work involved? Oh, heck, yeah, you bet your bottom dollar there's a lot of work in farming. That's all you do. But it's not a job. Farming is a lifestyle. I mean, you don't. If you worked as a mechanic, you're a mechanic when you're on the job. At home, you're just dad, mom, or whatever. When you're a farmer, 24 hours a day. It's a lifestyle. It's not. I didn't pick this stuff up when it fell off the truck last time. I need to mow here too. Farming is a lifestyle. You have to be. Let's take a farm that has animals. You have to be there every day. Those animals, they have to eat, drink. They have to be, medicated. They're like having children. You can't just drive away. They need care every day. And obviously, a farm isn't going to be down the street in town. So you're not going to have neighbors next door. If your neighbor next door might be 20 miles away, you never know. If you like that kind of lifestyle, living like that, then farming's good for you. I grew up on farms and stuff. I was never a farmer myself, but I often wish I had been, because I like the lifestyle. I'm not real big on social things and being around people.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick, cheers. Cheers, Patrick. If I've got a barbecue going in my backyard, I want to be able to eat my burger without staring over the burger, looking at a neighbor looking at me, out of their kitchen window. So, if you like that kind of life, the farm would be good for you. You're pretty independent. You don't have a boss, except for the farm wife. Well, that's okay. That's what they're good for. That sounded awful, didn't it? I didn't mean it that way. I think farm wife probably works harder than the farmer, because I watch a lot of them on YouTube, and you watch the farm wife. A couple of them that I do, they've got dairies. The farm wife is out there milking cows with the farm husband, and the farm husband's doing his thing on the farm. The wife is doing the same thing, except for lunchtime when she has to go in and cook all the lunch for everybody. Dinner time when she has to go home and do all the cooking and baking, and the cleaning and the dishwashing and and the everything else that needs to be done. Farm wives work harder, I think, in some instance. Maybe not physically, maybe physically, But yeah, there's no getting around it. If you don't really love farm life, don't be a farmer because it's hard work. It's very hard work. All right. How come I can't fly? Did I turn my flying off? There we go. All right, I thought I had eggs in there, but I didn't see any. So I might want to keep those eggs in a storage because I'm going to need them when I'm baking cakes and stuff like that need eggs. Oh boy, he's done. He's toast. Get him on another field here. So, yeah. Now, we do have another chicken coop. It's this great big building down here. And we might want to go take... Oh, look at that. All right, tell you what. Let's take these eggs and we'll put them in storage. And then we'll keep the eggs from that great big coop there. That's got, I don't remember, like 1,000 or some chickens in it. And they were just babies when I put them in. But we'll put these in storage so that I can use them for bakery and stuff. And then we'll sell the ones that come out of the big place. See if I can get across here without getting killed. Don't get stuck. Thomas, how you doing, Thomas? Happy New Year. Anybody do anything fun for New Year's? Or I tell you, over the years that I've seen New Year come and go, I've only actually stayed up and I wouldn't even say celebrated, maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole life. I mean, when I was younger, I had to get up and go to work. When I got older, I was too old to stay up that late. We did stay up a couple of times when the kids were little. We'd buy that sparkling cider. They always like that. We always do. I buy the sparkling cider for Thanksgiving. And then if we have any bottles left over, I save it for New Year's Eve. And we used to do that. The kids would stay up and we'd do a little glass of sparkling cider. Apple cranberry, apple, different flavors. They make different flavors. Sparkling cider. The kids liked it. It was like they were drinking beer. We'd drink it out of wine glasses or whiskey glasses, or, you know, make them feel like they're adults. I got to clean up on aisle 6 here. Let's clean this up. Okay, first of all, we need to stop flying. Turn that off, and then let's put soup strength on. And let's grab this stuff and throw it in here. God, this was a long time ago this stuff fell off the truck. I forgot it was here. Cabbage. That's cabbage for making... Oh! Shut the door on me. Stop. Stop it. See, it's the same trigger that I used to pick up the crates as it is to open and shut the door. So if I'm close to the trigger, the door trigger, it's going to shut the door on me. So pick it up out here. It's a left-hand mouse, what it is. Open up. Open the door. Stupid door. That's what they call a smart door. People say, hey, have you got a smartphone? I said, no. I got a smart camera. The phone isn't smart. The camera works pretty good. And am I sure that some of those aren't eggs? I might have to look. Does this give me a list over here? I don't think so. Whoa. Oh, it picked it all up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, here we go. We got canola oil, mushrooms, Napa cabbage, pallet honey, chili peppers, coffee beans, canola oil. Yeah, no, we don't. I don't have any eggs in here, so let's get some of those eggs in here. What's that? This is honey. Oh, I put it over there because it wasn't a full pallet. But I don't think it matters. You went up a big hill for a walk? When, Thomas? I'm not doing anything for New Year's. What's that mean, Matt? Because we already had New Year's. It's today. We had some sparkling grape. Yeah, that kind of stuff. We bought sparkling grape, apple cranberry, apple, and something else I can't remember. There was another flavor. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't go very long. I mean, it doesn't go very far. You can get a bottle of that stuff, and it only is 2 glasses. That's about all you get out of it. Okay, I want to... Let me out. Okay, I just want the eggs. So let's grab the eggs because I want to sell the wool. I have no use for the wool. I don't think I put a Taylor in. There is a Taylor production, but I don't remember putting it in. Whoa! Scrambled eggs. We got scrambled eggs. Now let's see if we can get this stuff in here. Oh shoot. Guess what's for dinner? Scrambled eggs. Alright. So then you come over here and you just push the button and tell the magic, make the magic work. Push the button, it picks all the stuff up and stacks it in on the shelves. There you go. Bob's your uncle. You can go back to work. All right, let's go sell the wool. I guess I better put a strap on. Matt says yesterday he didn't do anything. I didn't do anything today either. And I may not do anything tomorrow. I just plowed into the honeybees. See what we get for wool. Only $8,000. The sheep cost more than that. Okay, this is Aldi's. This is Aldi's food market. Okay, so you're saying we do have some of those in the States. So there's There's a deal about. Do you guys remember when Datsun pickups first came out, and even little Toyotas too? Remember how small they used to be? Just a little pickup, and you could pick one up for $15,000. You could pick one up pretty cheaply. And you ever wonder what happened to the little pickups and stuff like that, little cars? Well, the government banned them for safety reasons because they were small and cheaply built. That's why you could pick one up for a little bit of money. Yeah, when I was, I remember back when Datsuns first came out, they were a cute little rig. You could probably put a shoebox in the back of it and drive around. But, they were a cute little truck and they were cheap. Well, it sounds like they're trying to make it so that we're able to legally buy those in the United States again. And so they're wanting to maybe do it in a scale where, okay, you can buy a small pickup like that for 10 grand or something, who knows, whatever price it is. And you just need something to haul brush from your house to the dump, or maybe some garbage to the dump, or some old stuff around. So they would maybe do where people are still concerned, well, they're dangerous on the road because they're cheaply built and, and they're little and people get killed when they get in car crashes. I hate to tell you, but you can get a car crash. You can get in a car crash and get killed in a huge 18-wheeler. So take your chances. Anyway, they're saying, okay, well, you can buy these things and just use them for domestic hauling. Maybe going to the grocery store and filling the back up with canned goods or something, or taking old couch to the dump or that kind of stuff. But you can't drive them on freeways. I don't know. I just heard this. I didn't got time to read the article. So I'm not quite sure what they're talking about. It sounds like they're trying to because they were talking about the economy and the fact that people can't afford to buy a house anymore. And somebody piped in and said, hell, you can't even afford to buy a damn pickup anymore. If you get a decent pickup, it's $45,000, $50,000. I only paid $13,000 for my first home. And it was a 4-bedroom house. 2 bathrooms. Now I'm old. I'm 72 years old, so yeah, I'm a boomer. But still, and it was a nice house. You can't buy a car for that anymore. And we bought a house for that amount of money. And so they were talking about that, and then, like I said, they brought up the fact, well, you can't even afford to buy a new car now. And you got to have at least 2 or 3. Each person has to have 2 jobs. You got a husband and a wife. They both have to have 2 jobs just to be able to have a new pickup or something like that. So anyway, they were talking about, well, what happened to all these little cars you used to be able to get for? Well, they were banned because of their safety issues. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. But they're talking about housing. People can't afford housing anymore. That's a problem. We got ourselves into that problem, and I don't know how in the hell we're going to get out, because let me give you an example. Let's say this year somebody buys a house and they pay $500,000 for it. And then something happens that they try to fix the economy so that people can afford housing. And the first thing that happens is that house that we just bought is now only worth $200,000 because we're trying to adjust prices and stuff so people can afford to get in places. What do you think is going to happen to the guy that just paid $500,000 for a house that is now only worth $200,000? What's going to happen? I mean, all hell's going to break loose. So how do they fix the housing? I don't know, but it's not something they can do overnight. Alrighty. I don't know how did this plow thing get messed up here? How did this happen? I don't remember doing this. I'm going to fix it. You bet. I've got the technology. We can paint it. We'll just paint it. How do you do that? How do you do that? Down here. Painting. Grass. Okay, we'll just paint it in. And let's make it a little bit bigger. So as you paint this now, it takes it out of the field category. So it doesn't consider that part I just painted part of the field anymore. So if I plow now, it won't plow that part I just painted because it took it out of the field recognition as a field. And I didn't do a very pretty job, but that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. $40 and $50-year mortgages. Oh my God! I was going to make them with wonton wrappers, but rather buy them made. What, Lori? What you making? They have good frozen snacks. What does that grocery store I was talking about? I keep forgetting to look at the chat. I'm missing all the stories. Yeah, they sure did, didn't they? And they did, and it's kind of like our money. Our money is fake. There's nothing backing it. They just go into the basement of the warehouse and make more money. But it's not backed by anything. So what's the value of it? That's where the inflation's coming from. They need more money, so they just make it. So it's all paper. When you buy something with a credit card, there's no actual money involved there. It's all digital. Credit card company tells the bank that they want $500 because you just used your card for $500. The bank says, okay, there it is. It's on the phone. You know, it's just instantaneous. My computer to your computer. Was there anything valuable in charge? Did somebody have to carry over a bag of gold? No. Well, when you talk about the housing, it's like all of a sudden, and I can tell you, my house, how much it's gone up in just the last couple of years in value. And it's not doing me any good. It's just costing me more taxes. But did the value of the house actually go up for some reason? Wait a minute. I don't want to do oats. No oats. So, in other words, what I was trying to get at is all this stuff with housing and the economy. A lot of it is just somebody opening up a book and saying, okay, all of these houses in Indiana are now worth $100,000 more than they were yesterday. And they just changed the books. What happened? Did somebody put a new kitchen in? Did somebody improve their house? Did they put a garage on to improve it? No, nothing happened, except for the house has been lived in another year, which is probably depreciating the house because paint's wearing off and, you know, rugs are getting wore out and, you know, that stuff like that. Things should be coming down, not going up. I remember in Canada, first time we went to Canada, and I was talking to a guy about how they did their property taxes. And basically he said this. He said, if you improve your house and like your yard, let's say you have landscaping put in, it reduced your taxes because you were improving your property. You were making it look nicer. You were making it more valuable. And so your taxes would actually go down because they were trying to encourage the person that has the Jeeps on blocks and pickup cars and couches in their front yard and weeds growing up past your ass. They were trying to encourage them. We're going to tax the hell out of you until you clean your house up. You clean your property up, we'll reduce your taxes. Well, I thought that was kind of weird, but I was trying to decide if that was a good thing or not. I don't know. But when you drove up where I'm talking about, everybody had beautiful homes, even the small ones. Even the little ranch homes were clean. The yards were mowed. The landscaping was done. It just looked nice. It just looked really nice. And I thought, okay, well, that explains that. I don't know if they still do it that way. I'm talking 40, 50 years ago, but milk chocolate bars. Matt likes milk chocolate bars. I like the ones that have alcohol in them. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. Addie bought me 2 boxes of chocolate-covered cherries because that's one of the things I like to have at Christmas. German chocolate, since it's a German company. Is it really, though? So Carol likes chocolate-covered raisins. You used to be able to get them at Costco in a tin or a plastic container. Let me show you. Hang on. I got something here. Oh! I'm killing myself. Oh, there I am. Anyway, so I bought some peanuts, and the peanuts are in a container like this. Now, what's that hold? 2 pounds. 2 pounds, 3 ounces is what that holds of peanuts. Well, Costco used to have these chocolate-covered raisins, milk chocolate-covered raisins, and you could pick them up for, $10 for 2 to 3 pounds of chocolate-covered raisins. They didn't have them this year. You couldn't get them. They didn't have them. Period. Carol went and kept saying, "Well, I can't find chocolate-covered raisins anymore. I was going to get some, because she likes them. I like them." And so I went online and bought them. I bought them at Amazon, and they were Kirkland brand. Kirkland is Costco's brand. So these are the same ones you used to be able to get at Costco for, $10, $12 for 2 to 3 pounds. $35.99 it cost me for 2 pounds of Kirkland chocolate-covered raisins. So I bought them for her for Christmas and basically gave them to him as a stocking stuffer. It was one of the best things she got for Christmas, she said, was the chocolate-covered raisins. I said, "You better hide those." She keeps them in the bedroom under her pillow. It's like, not literally, but she hides them because, every time somebody would walk by, they would just reach in and get just a heaping handful of those and run for their room. So that jar wasn't going to last very long. But yeah, she's still out there munching on chocolate-covered raisins. God, they were expensive. Addie wanted them so bad, she turned around, got her first paycheck the other day, and bought her some. I had to buy them because she didn't have a credit card or anything, so I bought them on Costco and had them shipped here. And she just gave me the cash. Yeah. Milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. Walmart has Kirkland too. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, I think that a lot of these places, like I just showed you those were Planters peanuts, right? Well, if you're a peanut factory and you want to sell more peanuts, and somebody like Walmart comes around and says, "Look, we want to sell some of your peanuts, but we want them to be a better price because things at Walmart are supposed to be cheaper." And so the Planters people say, "Sure, if it increases our sales, we'll make a jar of peanuts and put your label on it." And so they put Walmart on them, and they sell them for a cheaper price. It's exactly the same thing you're buying at Safeway for twice the price. That's how they do stuff. Breakfast cereals are like that. If you ever go and buy these breakfast cereals in the great big bags, and they're really cheap, that's the same crap. It comes out of the same bin from Kellogg's or, Post. And they just sell them cheaper, and they put a Walmart brand name on them. There used to be TVs were made by Philips. It was a Philips TV, and they would put Monkey Ward or Sears on the TV, and you'd say, "Yeah, I got this at Sears. It's a Sears brand." Well, no, it's not. It's a Philips TV. They just put, they used to do that with what other TV there used to be? Big brand, I can't remember. Zenith TVs used to do that. They'd take the Zenith name off and they'd throw a Sears label on it, and so it said, Sears and Roebuck color TV. It wasn't. It was a Zenith TV, same one you buy, except for it's a different price. They think that people are stupid. Well, guess what? Most of them are. Most people are pretty stupid. I mean, listen. You have no idea how many people don't know where food comes from. You'll hear people all the time, "Why do these farmers have to own so much property? They shouldn't be allowed to own that much property." And why can't they get their groceries at the store just like we do? You gotta be kidding. There was actually the wife of a local senator in Portland. This guy's a congressman or a senator, I can't remember, and his wife actually said that. Why do these people out there need to keep all these cattle and chickens and stuff? Why can't they just buy their hamburger at the grocery store like the rest of us? Like these farmers are eating 500 head of cows. Are you that stupid? They're raising the cows to be sold in the stores. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Uh-oh, I turned my flight off and I just got rammed in the butt with that thing. How it hurt, too. Now I'm going to be growing, what am I planting? I'm going to be, carrots! Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. No! Why are you seeding carrots? Damn it. Now I gotta do this. Let's do wheat. I want to do wheat. Wheat. There we go. I think if I do this before it grows to the next stage, I can go over it. I don't think I have to plow it up. I think I can just reseed it. Let me try it. I'm gonna give it a shot here. My old Monkey Board TV was a Sharp brand. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. When people, there's a lot of people that are afraid to buy. Well, you would be surprised how many people buy because of a brand name. Okay, so let's talk about sugar puffs or Rice Krispies. Oh, I'm going to buy Rice Krispies because I like them. Okay, so you go down to the discount store and there's a bag of Rice Krispies this big, but they're not called Rice Krispies. They're called some other thing. That bag is a bag of Rice Krispies from the same bin that the Rice Krispies came out of. They just put it in a different bag and sold them and allowed some other place to sell them in their store for a cheaper price. And people, because they don't care whether they save $5 on a bag of cereal, they got to have the brand name Rice Krispies when it's the same stuff. It is Rice Krispies, just with a different label on it. Now you should probably try them. You should probably try them because it doesn't. That's not to say that 100% of the time that it is that, but majority of the time that's what it is. Because there's companies out there that want to sell their own products. Smaller grocery markets and stuff want to sell their own prices at their own products at their own price, and they make deals with these companies that produce this stuff. A small grocery chain they're not going to go out and buy a cereal processing plant so that they can, package their own Rice Krispies. They're going to go to whomever's making them and make a deal. Okay, some of the Rice Krispies falls out on the floor of the warehouse. We're going to sweep that up, put it in a bag, and put Walmart on it and sell it for $2 less. This is not good. He's not doing what I want him to do. I'm going to have to plow it under. Doggone it. Give me a plow. Stop it. You're making me tired. Yeah, I know there's people out there saying, "Hey, there's a crazy guy just ranting and raving on stuff over on YouTube." But hey, I've lived long enough to know this stuff is true. But like I said, it's not 100%. You might get some off-brand cereal that is not what you are expecting. But I know the majority of the time, because we've done it. We've bought stuff and it's exactly the same. Stupid rain. Okay, I can still plow in the rain. I can't harvest in the rain. Well, you can. It used to be in the older versions of the game, if it rained, your harvester would just stop. It wouldn't work. But now they've changed it, and you can harvest in the rain, but they reduce your yield. They reduce the amount of yield you're going to get. So if you want the full yield, wait till it stops raining. Stop it. Get back here. Get back. Back up. Ooh, thunder. Big thunder and lightning. God, I got woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'll put, I've got a Bose speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker that connects to my phone. And I'll plug my phone in to charge it. And then I'll go to Spotify and I'll grab some nature sounds or something. So it's sounds of rain and thunder and fireplaces and just that ambient noise that's supposed to help you sleep. Some people actually have the sound of a air fan, just a fan, just a table fan that make a little bit of noise, clanking and whirring, and that puts them to sleep. But Spotify's kind of different. If you don't set it up a certain way, what'll happen is you'll play some music. Now, let's say I play some banjo music, and I pick an artist that has an album of banjo music on it. When that's over, Spotify thinks, okay, we're gonna take care of you. Evidently, you like banjo music. So after this album is done playing, we're going to pick another album of banjo music and play it, and it keeps playing. And if you leave that Spotify running for 3 days, it'll be 3 days of banjo music. It keeps wanting to play stuff that you're listening to. So if you're listening to opera, then it's going to start throwing up opera music on for you to listen to. But the bad part is if you've got it set up right to say, look, when I'm done listening to the album I'm listening to, shut it off. But if you don't do that, it thinks you still want to listen, and so it keeps playing similar things to what you were listening to. Now, the problem with that is I had actual rain sound, just rain, not thunderstorms, just rain. No, wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't rain. It was ocean. the ocean coming in, the waves coming in, and lapping noises. So it's kind of soft sound. It's kind of a soft sound. And so I had that playing. When it was over, so I went to bed about midnight, and it's probably 1 o'clock. That album was done, or that sound. So that thing I was running was done. Well, it thinks, well, he likes to listen to nature sounds. So it throws a thunderstorm soundtrack in. At 5 in the morning, it switches over to thunderstorms, and there was a bang that had me shooting out of the bed like nobody's business. It was so loud, thunder and lightning and rain, and I thought, oh my God! And I had to figure out what the hell was going on, because I thought it was storming outside the house, and it wasn't. It was just coming from this speaker right next to my pillow. So I kind of reached over and turned it off and tried to go back to sleep, but it scared the holy crap out of me. That's what my life is like. White noise. Well, that's racist. What a terrible way to wake up. Crunchy versus dropping to the bottom. You know, I was talking about them picking up the Rice Krispies that came out of the bin and hit the floor. That's how they make that trail mix. You know, they go to the nut factory, and then they go to the raisin factory and the Chex factory, and they pick up all the stuff that's swept off the floor or in somebody's back seat, and they throw it in and call it trail mix. Stupid rain. It's raining. I'm not outside. It's been pretty cold for us. Got down to 37 last night, and it only got up to 43 today. So I told Carol, I said, we're going to have a fire going before too long, because if it's 37 outside and then it's only 43 in the daytime, 43 is not going to warm your house up any more than 37 is going to. So eventually your house is being heated by whatever you're using completely. Trying to, keep a constant 70 degrees or so, 68 degrees, 65, whatever it is that you set your temperature at. So I said, I might want to get up and start a fire. And she says, but that'll make the house too hot. And I said, well, yeah, but it'll keep the house warm and keep the electricity from coming on. And so it might be worth suffering through a little hot or heat. And then if you're really hot, go back in the bedroom, read in the bedroom, or come and read my library. Because I keep the door shut and no heat in there, because my computer's heated up enough. But our power bill this month was over $500. I think I sent a check in for $550 for 1 month electricity. And we haven't even got cold weather yet. A lot of places wouldn't consider 40 degrees cold. 5 inches. Wind at one degree. Why are they calling wind degree now? They used to do wind at mile per hour, 30 mile an hour with 60 mile an hour gusts. Now they say degrees. I don't know why. When did it change? Because it wasn't like that last year. It wasn't my whole life. It's never been called degrees, but it is now. When I ask who to tell me what the wind is doing, oh, it's 15 degrees from the north. Well, how fast is it blowing? Degree would be direction, wouldn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's a gauge of some kind. Like if it's 10 degrees, then you say the mercury's down here, and 50 degrees, the mercury'd be up here. Maybe that's what they're looking at. Degree is a measurement. So if you're talking wind, if it's 10 degree versus 20 degree, well, 20 degrees blowing harder, I guess. but I've never heard it called degrees before. The wind chill? Yeah, is that different? Wind chill, is that different? Because I wasn't asking for the temperature. I was asking for the how are we expecting wind today? You know, gusts of wind. And they said, yeah, it's gusting at 10 degrees, or 20 degrees, or whatever. Didn't make any sense. I knew what they were saying, so I didn't really care. But thank you, Matt. Anyway, I just didn't know when they started changing that. Because I ask who that all the time. It's easy to say, Alexa, what's the temperature? She didn't hear me. Thank God. Alexa, is there any wind today?
Currently, it's 9 miles per hour from the east-northeast. The day's winds will shift to 6 from the east in the afternoon, then 8 from the southeast tonight.
She said miles per hour. Yesterday she didn't. She's going to listen. Yeah. She went off. All right. Yeah, ever since, have you noticed if you use this, you know what I'm talking about. Alexa. If you use that service there, it's now AI, so they talk a whole lot more now. And they've set the speakers to stay on longer than they did. It used to be, hey, tell me the weather. And they would tell you the weather, and then the speaker would go off. But now you say, tell me the weather. And then if you watch it, she'll tell you, and then the speaker stays on for like 30 seconds longer. So if you say, if Carol says, what's the temperature? And I say, hey, tell me the temperature. And she says the temperature, and Carol says, well, I thought it would be colder than that. She chimes back in and says, well, the weather sometimes feels colder, She's still talking. They're still listening. It's like they want to have a conversation with you. I'll say, I'm expecting a package today. Am I expecting a package today? Yes, you have one today and one coming tomorrow. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so glad I could help you. Is there anything else I can do? I mean, it keeps talking to you like it's a real person now, because they switched to AI. And I've had a 5 or 10 minute conversation with her on stuff like the weather, because I'll say something. I say, oh, I was hoping to be a little warmer today. Well, what were you hoping for? It's always nice to be comfortable. And I said, oh, I don't know, maybe another 10 degrees more than it was. Well, tomorrow it's going to be a little warmer, so maybe that'll be a better day for you. Well, maybe it will. I don't know, but that's tomorrow. She goes, yeah, time's kind of funny, isn't it? I mean, they'll sit and talk with you now. It's ridiculous. It's actually kind of funny. And what's really funny is I'm sitting there talking back. It's crazy. I got to go. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. And, we'll talk about her at another time. It's Thursday already, so we got weekend coming up. Friday's exciting. We're supposed to have an electrician crawling under the house. He says it's probably going to take him 2-3 hours. Well, he gets. I already told you, he gets I think the electrician gets about $165 an hour, something like that. Oh, jeez. What am I going to do? Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you next time I'm on. Ta-ta for now. Happy New Weekend. Happy New Year weekend. Think about a resolution if you need to. I never do that because I can't keep it up.